And then we are with Casey, and he's talking to his mom about how he is not cool with the drinking, and he's really scared about it. And she's like, yes, I know it was wrong. I saw my sponsor. We talked about it, and I also asked your dad to, like, not stay with us right now. And I'm like, yay, Casey's mom is, like, she's being strong.
She wants to do right for Casey, and I love it. She is a fucking angel.
Yeah.
She's made mistakes, guys, but she's working on it.
But then his dad starts, they're, like, at their apartment, and he starts banging on the door, and he's like, let me in, blah, 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 and is clearly drunk.
Yeah.
And his mom's like, well, maybe we should let him in. And Casey's like, no, go into the bedroom. I'm calling the police. And it's very dramatic.
And she's like, but he'll go back to jail, which he should. Why didn't the cops come and bring him back to jail?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Parole.
What the fuck? I don't understand that. Where are the Toronto police? Where are the Mounties?
Is that what all the police in Canada are?
Yes. To me, they are all Mounties. They all ride horses.
Oh, my God.
It's the only way they get around. Where's Dave's dad? I feel like Dave's dad will go down hard on this man. He knows Casey.
But then, then we're at the hockey game again, and this is when Cam was, like, really winded.
But he's also doing great.
And this is when I was like, does he have cancer?
See, I also thought he had cancer, like half this
But then
episode.
he scores, and it's great, and it's, yay, good for Cam.
Good for Cam.
But then
this part of the hockey playing was better than the first part of the hockey playing that we saw. But
then we're with Fiona and Drew, and Fiona's, like, crying, and I'm like, is this fake?
That's what I thought too.
And then Drew's like, I'm not having any of this. Like, you need to clean. This is what happens. I can teach you how to clean, but you have to pick up after yourself.
And she basically is like, but I'm spoiled.
Yeah. And he's like, well, we're going to get over that.
Pretty much. She's basically like, she does her whole like sad, I'm alone and I don't have any money anymore and I don't know who I am anymore and blah, 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 which all of that is valid and makes sense. But also, girl, just clean your apartment.
Jesus Christ.
It's like an hour of your time.
And then it's after the hockey game and Dallas is like, you played awesome. Have you thought about getting a manager or an agent? Like, you're a superstar. And then they open the door to the locker room and there's like a fuck ton of press people here.
Which I don't understand.
This is high school? This is like not yet professional? I feel like this wouldn't be covered this heavily. I feel like if it were covered at all, it would be like maybe 2 reporters being like, what happened?
Yeah. It would be some local newspaper shit. It would be the Inquisitor or whatever Claire worked at.
Oh, well, I feel like that was a little bit more high profile. Do you know that Asher What's-His-Fuck worked there? Do you know who he is?
You're correct. You're absolutely correct. How could I forget about Asher What's-His-Fuck, which is, by the way, my new way to describe people whose names I don't know. Asher What's-His-Fuck.
But Cam is having a panic attack and can't talk to the press, and it's very sad. And then he cuts himself with this ice skate on purpose, and I was like, no, don't do that. It was very scary.
It was very upsetting, and it just hurt. It hurt me.
I don't like it. And then we're with Casey and the quiz team, and this is when he's very distracted and says Vancouver and runs away because he's like, I need to leave. I don't know what's going on. I need to be with my mom or something like that.
Oh, actually, wait, hold on. Sorry, just backtracking a little bit. So I just wanted to comment on the Cam self-harming versus Ellie self-harming for a little bit. Because, like, I liked how they did it with Ellie, and I thought it was very, like, it was groundbreaking for the time, for sure. But I felt like with her, it was so performative, where with Cam, it seems to be this, like, weird, instinctual, like,
this is the only way I can get...
I just understood the title of the episode. He is, like, kind of trapped in a cage, and he's trying to, like, claw his way out. He's trapped in this depression thing. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, he's just doing, like, a trapped animal, whatever feels right in the moment. And it feels very genuine.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I really enjoy. So I just wanted to comment on that and say that I appreciate how they're doing it this go around, even though I did appreciate how they did it with Ellie. I think it's different and I like it.
And I also feel like I think it's also interesting to see like a boy go through self-harm because I feel like that isn't as widely covered by the media. It seemed, and it's like, I don't want to say it's like refreshing, but it's nice to see that they're depicting this in a different way with also like from the male perspective.
It's not just the goth girl.
Exactly.
It's like
it can be the sports star.
Exactly.
As well.
Exactly. I just appreciate that. But yeah, so I just wanted to get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying, so Casey is like doing the quiz thing and he's like whispering with Bianca.
Yeah.
And because he's like, how are we going to escape him? We'll never be able to like get away from him. And then he just screams Vancouver, like you said, and like runs out into the afternoon.
Yeah. And then we're with Cam. And he's in his room and he's freaking out. And then he like pulls out a suitcase and it seems like he's like running away to go back home to his family. And then we are with Drew and Fiona and he's making her snake the shower drain, which is gross, but a nice lesson, I guess. And then she comes out and
but
she's
also
like, I did it.
But also, like, the shower drain is definitely her fault.
He's like, that's all your hair.
As a person with a lot of hair, I can confirm.
Oh, yeah. And then she drops the hair down his shirt, which I knew she was going to do.
Which, gross. Also, that didn't look like anything that you would get from a drain.
No.
That was like some man's toupee. Like, that was like none of the Nightmare Monster.
I'm okay with it not looking completely accurate because that would be gross.
Disgusting.
But then Maya comes over to Cam's house. Oh, yeah, because meanwhile, Maya's like, where's Cam? I don't know what's happening with him. I'm worried about him. Like, he's not answering any of my text messages. So then she goes over to his house and sees him, like, packing up. And Cam is so sad. And she's like, everybody gets sad once in a while. And I'm like, he's depressed.
Yeah,
that's not the same.
She doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it.
And I'm like, I'm very worried for him because he's like, I'll be fine. Like, it's not, someone give this boy therapy. Help him.
And honestly, maybe moving back home with his parents wouldn't be the worst idea.
No.
It seems to be contributing to his, like, loneliness and his sadness and maybe, and being around a support system can definitely help.
Yeah, and maybe he'd have people who would be paying more attention to him in this way and would understand.
Who knows him well enough to, like, notice when something's wrong.
And would and are, like, mature enough to understand that, like, I mean, I don't know his parents, but they seem, like, normal. Like, maybe
very supportive.
Like, maybe they would be like, oh, hey, this is not just, like, your normal kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely clinically depressed.
Oh, 100%.
Maya is sweet, though, and she's trying, but she sucks.
Yeah.
She sucks at this.
She's not good at it. I mean, again, she's like 14, but she's not good at it. And then we're with Casey and then he's like, guess what? We're moving to British Columbia because my dad can't follow us there because parole. And I think he's telling this to Bianca. And then he like goes over to Jenna and is like, you have to visit Ty for me. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I'm moving away. And then she's like, okay. Or maybe she's talking to Jenna first. I don't really remember. But it's very sad and it's very bittersweet. But I like how they can like talk about this. And I like how he's telling her first, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he told Simpson first, but she's like the first of the first friend. I don't know if he was really planning to tell anyone because she came to him and was like, your mom is here. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah. And then I wrote, well, they did the thing where they made him okay before he leaves.
Pretty much.
And then we're with Fiona, who is a new and improved woman who knows how to clean her apartment now.
And is wearing a terrible blazer.
And then Imogen's being weird about her house again, basically, is what happens in the next scene.
Pretty much. Which we've discussed.
Yeah.
And then Cam is like sitting at the top of the thing like fucking Luke Baker was.
At the top of the railing at the top of the stairs.
And he like waits until this girl is out of his path and isn't paying attention and like basically he flings himself from it.
And then he breaks his arm on purpose. And I'm like, you could have hurt yourself so much more than that, which he probably didn't really care about because he's clinically depressed.
Somebody help this boy.
This boy flung himself off of a 2-story railing to break his arm so he doesn't have to play hockey anymore. And it's very sad. And then, Oh god, it was so dangerous. It was very scary. I didn't know where this was going. And then we are with like Casey and Jenna and Allie and Claire and Connor, and they're all saying goodbye to him, and they do a group hug. And I was like, this is a lot, but fine, it's cute. And they're like, we all got bathroom passes so we could say goodbye to you.
It's a big group hug. I'm glad Bianca's there. I'm glad that Connor joins the group hug.
Yeah.
That was nice.
But now Connor doesn't have a friend. He and Casey, like, just got back.
I know.
Well, I guess he has Adam, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe he'll have Bianca.
Maybe.
He kind of has Claire
Yeah.
and Allie.
Yeah, that's true.
He has, like, kind of friends.
Yeah, but I feel like Casey was, like, his bestie.
It makes me sad.
Oh, Connor.
Connor!
I'm more sad for that Casey is leaving Connor than I am that Casey is leaving the show.
Same. Do we still do eulogies?
No, I don't think we do them. Bye, Casey.
Bye, Casey.
You were mostly terrible.
You got good at the end.
You got better, like, literally the last 2 episodes.
Because Degrassi tried to trick us.
Yep, we see through that, Degrassi. And then we're in the emergency room with Dallas and Cam. And Dallas calls him Birdman, which also is, like, a reference that implies clinical depression and potential suicide. I don't know. Whatever your interpretation is of the end of that movie.
Oh, was he referencing that?
He called him Birdman, and it made me think of the movie Birdman.
I never saw Birdman, which is probably why I did not get it.
Okay.
I just assumed it was because he jumped from a thing.
I mean, I don't want to ruin the movie Birdman for you, so I'm not going to get into it.
It's fine. There's a possibility I'll never see Birdman. But also, we don't have to...
There's also other things.
Or maybe like that rapper from the early 2000s.
Definitely don't know who that is. But then... And then we learned that Cam has to, like, sit out hockey for, like, 4 to 6 weeks. And he's like, oh, no, that's terrible. And Maya is like, was this an accident? I'm very worried about you. And
he's like, who cares? I'm happy now.
He's like, and I think this is when she's like, okay. Or he's like, I'm happy. I'm with you. La, la, la. And then it seems weird, like, okay. Now it seems like a weird, like, he's hinging his happiness. Or he could start to hinge his happiness on Maya type of thing. I was getting that kind of a vibe at the end, but I don't know if that was.
But then they kiss, and then it's over.
And then it's over, and he's like, I'm happy now. And it's like, no, you're not, baby.
Nuh-uh.
Not at all. So yeah, it was a pretty bleak episode. I'm very worried about Cam. He is a very sad boy, and he needs to be in therapy. And all the other I mean, I guess Casey's plot line was like also fine, but I didn't give a shit about Fiona and Drew. Like, clean the apartment, Fiona, end of story. Spirit Squad captain. Case.
Yeah, Casey.
For getting him and his mom out of a bad situation. Sure. Ship.
Imogen, Fiona.
Sure. Oh yeah, we don't do moral anymore.
Yeah.
But also, please, if you are suffering from depression, or if you feel like you are, like, have the urge to harm yourself, please do not. Please seek help. There are lots of hotlines out there that I don't know the numbers of off the top of my head, but maybe we should look that up. It always helps to talk to somebody about this rather than keeping it bottled up inside. That's the PSA of the episode, please. But
depression hotline number. You can call 877-945-6490.
There you go.
That's in the US. I don't know it for other countries. I'm really sorry.
All right. Grapevine?
Yeah.
Fun transition.
So we have a tweet from Lindsay Powell at Lynn's Faith. Sorry, I'm drinking water. Okay. I just listened to the episode with Rick, parentheses, catching up, and also the episode with Asher. You guys had visceral reactions to both. So out of Rick, Asher, and a third Degrassi predator, let's go with,
I was going to go with Dean because he's the only other horrible one I can think of.
I was going to go with Justin from the... What wasn't that his name? Justin? Or